today's list, we have something new. Because as you'll know, with the last video, we officially completed my natural dye collection. And so now we have to go on to the other 375. I'm just kidding, it's not that high, but it feels like that. Horses that I have in my inventory. So I will be honest, because of my memory, I'm not entirely sure if I've introduced you guys. Oh geez. Okay. I'm not sure if I've introduced you to Fuji or not. I feel like I have, because I feel like, how could I not? This is the most important horse that I own. Fuji is a naturally dyed piebald with the long conifer Santa fade, and I would literally stab people for this horse. Whenever I think about my account getting hacked, I think about this horse being gone, and it brings me great sadness. Fuji is blessed all to heck. Fire immunity, unkept stats, pog. Oh yeah, I've definitely showed you Fuji, because I talked about how I changed his favorite food from golden apples to apples. Anyways, Fuji is here because today we are looking at my Horned Marwaris. And I was quite proud of myself. I have almost enough. I'm just one shy of having an entire barn full. So we're starting out with stone. And I know you guys, if you've watched my last videos, have seen stone. Neon cracked lava, dapple gray. This horse was bought for tokens, I think. If not, I traded some lows for him. I freaking love this horse. I did not think that I would appreciate this horn, but the second I saw this horse, I was like, what do you want? I'll give you almost anything. Next up, we have Constantine. There are some of these horned horses where I've realized that the dye just really makes the horse. I actually have like 3 of these Valentine's horns just because they're different colors. So Constantine here has the black gilded wings, which goes perfectly with his coat, and I love that. And then the next horse that we have is Peach Rings here. Peach Rings has, I think, pink. Yep. Pink gilded wings. This horse is definitely on my horn swap list. I really want the same coat, but I know that the developer is going to keep coming out with more horned horses. And because I have so many of these Valentine horns, this one's definitely getting swapped at some point. Still cute, still love him, her, but at some point, you're definitely getting horn swapped. Romeo here is kind of the same vibes. I like the coat, I like the horn concept, but I do think at some point I'll be doing a horn swap for this baby. This is the red hearts. So we've got the red, the pink, and the black. I love making my horned horses mismatches. I don't know why. It's one of those things that brings me satisfaction. Romeo. He's a little lover boy. Next we have Ori. Ori was a trade from another friend. Her name is Huntress. She's not in real life friend, she's just a Roblox friend, which I have literally one of them, and it's her. I tend to deny friend requests, but she's pretty chill. She caught this baby at the Magical Forest, and I had ended up with a dapple gray duchy. And she collects duchies, and I collect Marwaris, so it was one of those no-brainer kind of trades. But I was very excited to be able to have a cute place to use this bubble aura. I don't know why, I just think it fits him so good. This one might need a gender swap. There's where all my wings go, by the way. 4 pairs of those frickin' wings. Every single one of them in use on a horse. This is Tiki. Tiki has the winter horn. I liked these horns a lot too. This is another one of those I might horn swap later in life. But I don't know, I have a real big soft pot for light blue. This aura is also one of my favorites. Shout out to Crazy Snowfire. She would go to forest and try to find the freaking tree with the floaty leaves. And one day her persistence paid off. And now I have this cute floaty leaf aura. This is Mustard. Mustard is another hunter's horse. This horse made me really happy when I got these planetary rings. Because at first I was like, ew, gross. And then I remembered this baby with her giant yellow horn. And I was like, oh, this is actually the perfect opportunity to use these. I just need to get some sort of purple in here to incorporate this, and we are golden. And it's been history ever since. Because you cannot say that this tack set isn't adorable. It's definitely one of my favorites. Anytime you can make an atrocity like whatever this is work out, I'm gonna go ahead and count it as a win. This is Cobbler. Cobbler has a baby pink spiral, which is super freaking cute. For a while I thought that I might horn swap this horse, but once I got the tack set on, I was like, oh man. Fortunately or unfortunately, I haven't decided, but you are forever homed regardless of how that pans out. Dookie. This is a self-caught baby. It was a few days before that somebody was selling like a fabric brown horn or something. And I joked with my friend group about buying the poo horn. Because, you know, like, poo horn. It's been like a steady joke since I started playing this game. How some of the brown looks like straight up poo. So, when I was wandering around Volcano, and this thing popped out of nowhere, the laugh that came out of me was actually hysterical. Because, what? I forgot I just got this wooden shark fin in a trade. Kinda really completes the ensemble, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, anyways, he was named Dookie in honor of his giant poo horn. Definitely another one of those forever homed. You can't get rid of the self-caught highs. It's hard. This is Otter. Otter is not trained because I just got him in a trade. Oh, Otter is kind of trained, but it was past mommy or daddy that trained you, because I certainly did not. I had a Blood Bay Mawari that had this horn for a while, and then I got Omen, which you'll see here in a minute, and Omen has the big black horn. It's an icy black. And so then I traded away my Kelpie horn. So when Snowfire got this in a trade, I could not help but to trade for it. Because I think this is one of the cute little horns. I don't know. We all have our preferences. I think this one's cute. Ooh, this is Celeste. I think I may have shown you guys Celeste before. I think she rode us around for one of my natural dyes, but she's free. She is the only horse in my group that doesn't have any tack. Every time I tried to put a saddle on her, it just didn't feel right. So instead she got a huge friggin' pair of wings and a cute little bozel, and just pretend like she's the unicorn that she is. A magical being from heaven above. I love this horsey. Definitely rode around and hunted on her for a while. Yeah, I don't want to open that. This is another horse, courtesy of Huntress. So Snowfire And Estrella were like my natural dye dealers, and Huntress is my Horned Marwaris dealer. This is Titan. Titan has the diamond twisted horn. And I have not had a lot of luck with liking any of the twisted horns, but when I found this one, I was like, you gotta come live with me. You're so freaking cute. And I had just bought this, what is it, like a candy cane pole? What are they called? Carousel pole. I had just bought it from somebody's market, and I was like, man, I love it when things just work out. And there's no no bumps in between. Next up here is Cherry Cola. Cherry Cola lived with Crazed Snowfire for an obnoxious amount of time. So long, in fact, that I actually had given up the thought that I was actually going to be able to afford this horse at some point. And then she just friggin' dropped the ball one day and was like, hey, trade this horse for these horses? And I was like, absolutely, say less, friend. Can't remember what all it was. I know it was a couple of horned black blankets and something else. But whatever the case, I am happy as can be, because this is my only Overo coat Horned Marwaris. And she's got her little sword here. I will say that the red pearl is really difficult to tack because it changes colors in any light. You know, in some lights it's this color red, in some lighting it's this color red. I have a Frisian that I'll show you guys later that has a red pearl horn, and it's one of the most annoying. This is Omen, who I was talking about earlier. And I think you guys have seen Omen if you've watched any of my past videos. I think Omen got us around for one video too, so you might already be acquainted with this baby. But he was a $500,000 buy at somebody's market. I was gonna try to discuss a lower price with them, but then I got so scared that they would leave the server that I just spent the $500K without a second thought. And even to this day, I would absolutely do it again. Because I was searching for this exact horse, you know? Like, I was like, I had the one that had the Kelpie horn. I was like, I just want like an actual black horn. So sometimes when the universe gives you what you want, you just pay the price and move on. These last few horses are my piebalds. When I typed in Horned Marwaris, they technically came up. I struggled a little bit with like keeping the piebald or the gapples with the gapples because I want to do a gapple one as well. But in the end, they're technically Horned Marwaris, so here we are. This is Soot. Golden Apple Splash with the black piebald. I think this is the only black piebald antlers that I have. I would love to have some more, but for now I'm just happy to have one. I bought this at somebody's market. They had it for $400,000. Once again, the easiest $400K I've ever spent. I would have given a stupid amount of money for this horse. Oh yeah, look at you. Such a smart little baby. Okay. Soot's counterpart is Tinsel here. Tinsel... Frick, I can't even remember what I traded for this, unfortunately. But she's my white blanket. I was really, really happy when I bought Soot, because that means that I had the white gapple, white antlered gapple, and the black antlered gapple. It felt like a completion kind of thing. This is... Ooh, excuse me. This is Dove. When the event happened, there was a competition hub boost. And so I had enough money and time and patience to have acquired one of the mermaid comp hub Marwaris with the black antlers. This was the one that I wanted though, but it never showed up. Through all of my searching, I was never able to get this one. So when somebody offered it for trade, I asked them if they wanted the black antlered mermaid. They were like, abso-freaking-lutely. One of my happiest trades, because this was the one that I ultimately wanted. I wanted the white antlered Old West fade. Just look at it, it's so perfect. The white antlers go with the white Overo. Oh, I'm sorry, Tobiano. I'm really gonna have to learn the difference between an Overo and a Tobiano, because it has to surely be having to deal with the splash patterns, but I have not thought that far into it yet. My last Horned Marwaris is Merlin here. I just got this horse, so he's another one that's not trained. I had a Training Island Unique Clyde that I was trying to swap for a Rose Gray Blanket Mawari, because that's the last Training Island Mawari that I need. And bless this person, because instead of just like walking up and, you know, hitting the trade button and hoping that I accept, they actually had a discussion with me first. I love that. I love having some sort of preference before we before we start a trade. They literally said, I don't have what you're asking for, but I have been looking for this Clyde for forever. Will you please let me offer? And I was like, sure, go ahead. Let's see what you got. I was not expecting to actually accept the trade, but the second they put this horse in, it was pretty much impossible for me to say no, because as you may or may not know, I have a problem with the piebalds, and I had traded Snowfire, because I ended up with two of these. I ended up with the black antlered one that I traded for Dove, and then I ended up with this one, like the piebald antler one that I traded to Snowfire for something. So when I saw this in the trade window, I was like, yes, fine, I suppose. Even though it's not what I was technically looking for, you can have the Training Island Unique Clyde, because I need 70,000 piebald Marwaris stat. But yeah, that is my Horned Marwaris collection. I hope that in time it will not fit in this barn, and I will have to throw them in the pasture and chase them around like some sort of babysitter chasing around a bunch of toddlers. That's my hope for all of us. Anyways, thank you for being here with me and Fuji. As always, we appreciate you. Yes, yes, yes. And hope to see you at the next video. Bye!